I've seen you say that the great public speakers, that the secret is, I believe, 92 beats per minute.
Well, this is all Amanda. So Amanda and I work together with my, Abby Grant as well. And Amanda Baker is a jazz musician. She's a great friend of mine and, directs the live show. So she's a jazz musician. So she's always she's much more, when she's directing my show, it's like, yeah, you do the jokes. Jokes are great. But there's no performance in it. What's the rhythm of this? What words are you hitting in what's the cadence of the speech? So that's kind of what we're working on. That's
a deep one.
I mean, because you how do you, what makes a speaker great? What makes it, kind of knowing how to communicate. And it's not really about how fast you're speaking.
Right.
It's about what you're hitting, and the point, what word is coming at the end of the joke is so bizarrely important.
Yeah. But it's innate.
The joke maths.
But for us, I mean, to hear you put math on it at the end is kind of like, wait, what? Do I do that? Like, because it's just naturally our cadence. We've kind of created a rhythm for the way we work.
Yeah, but it's so different actually. And watching you kind of go on at the store last night, and you get to the stage, and it's your room,
right? It's
your room, it's your rhythm, and you're kind of controlling it.
Yeah.
So it's that. Who had the best line on this? Ron White had the best line. If you're doing badly, slow down. If you're doing well, slow down.
Right. I know.
Everyone's like, hey, it's all a bit,
like me.
They haven't heard it. They haven't heard this.
Right.
I know you've heard it. You even know what the punchline is.
Yeah.
Just relax, everyone.
I know. It's really true. Yeah. That pure thing. It's so great that you can be this far in and you're constantly relearning the lessons it's not even relearning. Year.
I think it's that thing of like, it's the reason to do the project and to write something and maybe teach a course. The reason to do it is to go, well, you're aware of it, kind of, there's unconscious competence. So you can do it, but you're not quite sure how you do it. And then there's conscious competence. So you really got to think about it. But if you can do something, but teaching something, you really learn it.
Yeah.
Because you go, well, how can I explain this simply?
Yeah.
Because I think if it's a big, complicated explanation, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. And it is interesting, kind of in my act that way, when it's the same thing, is sometimes a joke won't hit and you're like, and you realize, oh no, you're not telling them exactly what you have, all this background information for this joke in your head. Think of the words. If you're just sitting out there for the first time, you're not telling them exactly what this is about. Just give them everything.
And what's the key word? Because often a joke will just have a turn.
Yeah.
It's got a turn. So it's turning on that word, that piece of wordplay, or you need to remember. That's the thing they need to remember. And if you're not hitting that on the beat, then it gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And
Right, exactly. Yeah, if you're going along and you just garble a word, it's like the whole structure falls apart.
That weird thing of like going, I messed up one word in the setup, and it got 40% of the laugh. Why should that relate? It's still the same funny idea.
Yeah.
Well, because it's a performance.
Yeah, and they're thinking about it.
It's a piece of music and there's a bum note in it.
Yeah.
Of course it's not as enjoyable.
It was interesting watching the roast the other night.
I loved it.
The tighter the performer was with their jokes, the better it went.
I mean,
if you were looser,
I was hanging out with Nikki Glazer the day before, and the subbing down, and I think she probably pound for pound did the best on the show, and it's because it was 5 minutes and all killer,
no space, no fumbling, and executed perfectly, flawlessly.
Yes,
because there were other people that had some good jokes and stuff, but the garble thing, like it kind of didn't come out, or it was couched with some extra stuff, not as potent.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Affleck was, that was something. I was convinced. I was with Shane Gillis watching it, and we were kind of, this is going bad. And I was convinced. I said, no. What's going to happen is Matt Damon's going to come out. And he's going to be the guy he's talking about shit talking online, and there's going to be a clearly. He's not having a breakdown. He's doing a bit. He's an actor. Oh, no, wait.
Yeah.
How wrong could you be?
It was the perfect example of thinking it's going to go great without having Nikki obviously ran those jokes for weeks before she got there.
course.
Tight.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, it's funny enough, and get
Yeah.
up there and think it's going to go.
And
a lot of
Tony.
paraphrasing your ideas.
And Tony Hinchcliffe just kind of got up and sit next to Dan, and he's in the audience.
Yep.
So it's even better because you kind of go, the audience are going, he's just a guy this is all just off the top of his head.
I know.
Where's this coming from?
I know. Oh, yeah. Precision is a thing. It really is a thing. You can't